So for parents who have not used Schoology before, I do want to briefly over how to set up one, but we are going to have resources um, on our website, and there are resources currently on LAUSD to help you create this account, but I just want to explain it briefly. And so in order for a parent to have access to Schoology, they do need to create a parent portal account. There are several steps to this, and I'll go over them and explain them the best I can. But if you have questions, please drop the question, and we'll do our best to answer this. Um, so step one is going to be creating a parent portal account. In this process, you're going to create a username and a password. Don't forget the password. This is how you're going to log in the future. So there are going to be criteria for the password, and it'll explain in the portal how to do that, but you're going to create one. Once you create the password and log in to your parent portal, you're going to associate your account with your student that is enrolled in school. And so I have a picture here. When you create your parent portal, a name, your student name and ID and school will appear here. This has been blocked out for security purposes, but you would see the same in your account. You would see your student, and then you would go ahead and click the name and associate that student to your account, so that now when you log into your parent portal, you can see information about your student, right? The next steps to this is going to be selecting the grades and assignment button. This is going to grant you access to be able to see your students' grades, updates about assignments. They can see this here. Step 5 to this process is going to be selecting the course name. So if you want information about a specific class, maybe it's their math class, maybe it's their English class, whatever the class is, the names that your student is, the names of the classes your student is taking will be listed under course list, and you'll be able to access that information. After you've done this step 4 and 5, so selected you want to see grades, you've selected the class that you want to see grades for, you will enter your username and password, the one that you created at the beginning, and enter that again, and then you'll be given access, and then it'll be connected. So your parent portal and your student will be connected, and you can see grades and assignments from their class that have been posted on Schoology. So this is going to be great for parents to have access to their students' information. Great comment. So one of our parents have brought up that you do need to create your have your own email for the parent portal. So don't use your student's email in the process. Don't use their MyMail certainly in the process. This is going to be for you to have access to this information. But after you've completed this process, you can see information through the parent portal, through the Schoology mobile app, and you can stay up to date on that. I do want to share a video, and this kind of shows you what having parent access through the Schoology application looks like. On our website, we'll also have resources to how to log in and create an account through the Schoology app. But this gives you an idea of how parents, how involved they can be in knowing what's going on in their students' virtual classes. This is going to be very important, right? Because students in the past, if you're not fully involved, could just tell you, well, nothing's going on. They may not be able to give you specifics, but by using this feature, parents can have access to, they can see in real time what students are learning, what they're viewing, what's being shared with them on their classes on Schoology. So I'm gonna just stay quiet, play the video, and hopefully this gives us a good visual as to what Schoology and parent access can look like.
Parent accounts in Schoology were designed to give parents read-only access to their children's activities inside the LMS. It's important to recognize that parent accounts have certain limitations when compared to active student accounts. Parent accounts are not able to participate as a student in any course or group activity. Here, you can see a student account accessing a discussion in Schoology. The student account can participate and post in the discussion. The parent account is able to see the discussion in some cases, but cannot post. Student accounts can submit assignments on Schoology. Parent accounts can view their children's submissions, but cannot submit on their children's behalf. Student accounts can attempt submissions of quizzes and assessments. Parent accounts are unable to do so on their child's behalf. Student accounts can post inside of media albums. Parent accounts can view the media in the album, but cannot participate or post on their child's behalf. Once again, if you would like to view your child's courses and activity in Schoology, you can use your parent account, where you will see the light blue box at the top that lets you know you're viewing as your selected child. However, in order for your child to complete their coursework, they must be logged into their own student account.
So just briefly, it is important to note that having access to Schoology means you get to stay informed about what your student is learning, the different assignments, how engaging the assignments can be, so parents can see that. But what parents cannot do is obviously do the work of the student, right? That's why the video was making the distinction between view only and how students can participate in the discussions, submit assignments, but parents can only view the assignments and have an idea of what's going on in the class, but not actually submit work for students. Not that I would suggest that any parent does that, but it's just making that's what the point of the video was, just showing the features, showing the application itself, and then just reminding parents that they're only going to be able to see what's going on in the class. So we talked about at the beginning how this is a real academic school year that's starting, and their grades are really going to matter. So it's important for parents to check their children's Schoology often, at least once a week. This was recommended by one of our counselors, so I trust him, and I think this is great advice. Once a week, kind of see what's going on in the class, what has your student submitted assignments. You can see if certain assignments have not been turned in. Schoology will inform you of that information. So hold your students accountable to this. Ensure that the students are logging on and completing assignments, right? Not every school is going to have the exact schedule. Classes might start and stop at different times, but make sure that your student is doing that, and just add to that, make sure that your students have a good place to do these assignments. It does get tiring to do and work virtually. So if they have a good space where they can, a desk or a dining table that they can use as a desk temporarily, this is going to be helpful for them to learn and not get too tired. Because if they're working from a couch or from a bed, these were not furniture that was created for students to do productive work. So keep that in mind. If they can have access to that, that's going to help them. So make sure that they're logging on. And then as a parent, look out for any updates on the class, right? Any new assignments that are due, any new projects, even if they have a due date that is way in the future, know that information. And communicate with teachers. You can do this through Schoology or through their work emails. Communicate with them. Have dialogue. Teachers love to know that their parents care about their students, that they can count on their parents to ensure that the student is doing well. Now more than ever, parents are going to play a very important role in just reinforcing to students the importance um, of completing assignments. And we're going to work with our students. We're going to help them be the best students that they can working remotely. That's going to come through our lessons and our counseling that we're doing. But parents, this is what they can do on their side. It's just making sure the students are doing their assignments, submitting them, and then asking questions if they have doubt. This is going to be very important because working independently, things come up, students get lost, and if they don't ask the questions, if they don't research an answer, then they can walk away not understanding. Really, this is a great, this is going to be very important. And it's just, again, holding students accountable for their grades. As we work with them, as our college counselors work with them to get them to a nice university or to the university that the student wants to get into, we can only work with them with the grades that they've provided us, right? So if they're doing well, we can help them obtain scholarships and get into the schools. But if they've performed poorly, then this is going to be a challenge for them and us. So those are some tips to help parents and students during this time.